When is Sony going to learn their lesson? They very well may have the scummiest business practices I have ever seen. They concede with the account linking issue. They post a tweet saying, "We hear you. We will not be going ahead with the account linking for Helldivers 2. And then they do the exact same things for Ghost of Tsushima, and what's even worse, and I'm talking about it today, is they still haven't enabled the 177 countries to play Helldivers 2 again.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I am so sick of mega corporations trying to weasel their way into doing things. Oh, the account linking thing for Helldivers 2 didn't work. That's fine. We'll do it this way, make it more sneaky, and we'll get it the way we want anyway. You know how we know Sony has just doubled down? Because they added 3 more countries to the list, the Baltics, which makes 180 countries not able to play Helldivers 2 now. This pisses me off. Does Sony not want money? Or are they that pig-headed that they think people aren't going to notice these scummy business practices they are trying to pull off? Ghost of Tsushima requires you to link your account. It also isn't playable in 180 countries now. Helldivers 2, there's even content creators. Zanny can't play the game. So many people want to play your game, and yet you're not letting them do so. Valve has even come out and said, "It's all Sony. It wasn't our decision. We were fine with these countries playing the game." And there was a bit of a grace period there where people were like, okay, Sony has conceded, now let's see what they do.
Well, we're waiting.
And what they did was a psychological manipulation to get the positive reviews back. They're like, okay, if we make this tweet saying we conceded, people will swap the reviews back to positive. This will mean the drama will die down. And then they wait. They keep the country restriction in place, but without a massive mobilization of people, because the masses actually think it's resolved, they get away with restricting Helldivers in 180 countries. Countries, by the way, that purchased the game. They spent real money, and Steam isn't giving them a refund, and they can't play the game that they bought. What really fires me up, and I don't get angry very often, is that I see the game plan that Sony PlayStation is doing. It is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they know exactly what they're doing. They are playing the long game to get what they want, and all I can say is thank God some people are bringing awareness to it. Pirate Software has done a really good job of this. He is a blessing for the gaming community. If you go to the review page of Helldivers 2, because there isn't that mass outrage anymore, there is nowhere near the amount of negative reviews anymore. If you click on the page, some people are like, hang on a minute, Sony didn't actually re-enable those countries' access. They 100% gaslit the entire gaming scene. Just goes to show you cannot trust these major companies. The people we're dealing with aren't even gamers. They're looking at numbers on a spreadsheet. They're looking at psychology of human behavior. I can see what they're doing. What I want to understand is why. Why are they implementing this? From what I can see, they've given up on the account linking, so it's not going to buff up their PlayStation numbers so much, and even the Sony stock price has been going down lately. So why are they blocking the game in all of these countries? They are losing out on all of this money, and they're doing it on multiple titles. I'm sure it will come out why exactly they're doing this. All I know is people purchased a game, they enjoyed that game for months, it has now been taken away from them, and everyone is like, what the hell is going on? So I am doing my part. I am bringing awareness to this. If you want to juice it up the YouTube algorithm and leave the video a like and bring some awareness to it, that helps out the video. I've really been on a roll lately. No longer am I going to let massive corporations try and screw their consumers, and it doesn't matter who it is. Now, in other Helldivers 2 information, it's come out that Helldivers 2 has sold 12 million copies. That's a lot of copies. That is fantastic for the game, until you realize probably about 500,000 of them can't play the game anymore. This isn't just 1 or 2 people who don't have access. This is over half of the world. It could be over 1 million people who bought the game, and if you've played over a certain amount, you cannot get a refund. Some people have been able to, but it is by no means consistent. Aside from that, the community manager for Helldivers 2 also lost his job. Why? Well, from what I researched, he has had a colorful history with the Helldivers franchise. The latest of which, during the most recent drama, he was telling players to leave Helldivers 2, go cry about it if you don't like the linking change, and then he came out and said downvote the game. What he did in the past? Apparently he deleted the entire Helldivers 1 Discord, which included numerous helpful guides for new players. I couldn't believe that when I read that. In any case, he has been returned to civilian life and is no longer working at the studio. So with that said, Sony, re-enable access to the 180 countries of people who bought your game. Stop trying to rip off the people playing your games. And that goes for more than just Helldivers. Stop trying to force these stupid rules onto the people playing your titles. You are literally shooting yourself in the foot repeatedly. I could say so many more things about this, especially with the sneaky business practices you guys are doing to try force your way anyway, even when a majority of people have said no, we do not want this, so I hope you reconsider. That's it. That's all I had to say today. Sony, do better. Major corporations on the whole, do better. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.